Hey everyone, welcome to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast, your go-to source for the latest in the world events, relationships, health, and celebrity news. I'm your host, Screen Time Amon, and each week we'll bring you the stories that matter most, diving into everything from global headlines to the latest trends shaping our lives. So whether you're tuning in for the drama, the facts, the laughs, we got you covered. Let's get started, baby boy. Hey everyone, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, because I don't know where you at around the world. Hi, I'm your host, Screen Time Amon. It's Thursday night. I don't know if you're watching, I don't know if the NBA sports is on. I don't know what you may be watching right now or what you're doing, but if you're tuning in to Screen Time Chronicles, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and share. Go to the YouTube channel, Screen Time Chronicles. And you can hear about all the stories that we have, the discussions we have, things you want to talk about, or the things you don't want to talk about. But we're here to share the world news with you. We're here to have a good time. Some stories may be rough to listen to, but it's going to be facts. We're not bringing you nothing that we haven't done our homework on. We're bringing you the truth. If it's there and we know that it's there, we're going to speak on it. And I'll give you my honest opinion. Some people may like it, some people may not. But here on Screen Time Chronicles Podcast, you can voice your opinion as long as you're respectful and you have the right to agree to disagree. And it won't be a battle. It'll just be ears listening, and you can voice your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. This is the best place to be at if you want to do that. Yes, indeed, it is. It's the best place you want to be at. Oh man, it's been a long day. We had a little bit of rain, slight rain. It wasn't too bad, but I'm glad the weather it done cooled down a little bit, knocked out all the dust and everything else that's going on around in the world. But I'm glad that you come on. If you want to hear anything, just come over here. Come to Screen Time Chronicles. Just like you go anywhere else, we got news, we got discussions that you can have. The only thing over here is that you can really speak your opinion and won't be judged, whether it's something I agree on, whether it's something I disagree on. But you can come on over here and speak your opinion if you want to, because I have no problem with that. I would love to hear everybody's opinion. Everything, some people don't agree, some people do, but that's part of life. And that's the good thing that you can do over here at Screen Time Chronicles, because you will not be judged. Like I said before, you will not be judged. It's an open slate over here. But the only thing I ask you, like I said, just be respectful. That's all there is. Nothing hard. We all grown. We don't need somebody to hold our hand and walk us down the street or sit over here and say, yeah, you can say this, you can say that. We're not here to judge you. We're not your lawyers, but you got to be respectful, man. And that's how the world should be. If we could have a lot more of that, then we wouldn't have these issues that's going on with people killing one another, or you fighting over the silliest things that you shouldn't have to fight over. That's just my opinion. Um, and like I said, if you don't agree, it's okay. I get it. We all don't agree on everything the same. We ain't twins. And I don't even know if identical twins always feel the same way. Some do, some don't. But you're just free to do whatever you want to do over here, just in a respectful way. And I don't mean nothing crazy. So let me be clear, because you can't come over here doing all this foolishness. No, we're not having that. But I just wanted to say, welcome to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast once again. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Oh man, it's a beautiful night. Like I said, it's a slight little breeze out here, and you can't get no better than that. That's always the best night, man. When you could open up your windows and just let the cool breeze come through. You don't have to cut on the AC, or you don't have to be stuffy. You can just feel that breeze and relax, man. You sleep good if you got clean sheets on. Man, it doesn't get no better than that at nighttime. You know what I mean? So let me come and say this. I want to do. Let me go here because I gotta say. Let me go here real quick. Here we go. I'd like to say congratulations and welcome the first American Pope Leo the 14th, number 14. I guess that's how you say it. To all the Catholics that's out there, Hey, welcome, Pope Leo. You welcome aboard. You know what you got to do. From what they saying, I guess it's a great thing, and that's a beautiful thing because when it's always a growth in something that you're doing in the world, it's always a joy to see. To the Catholic world, this is like their Super Bowl, and it's a very energetic feeling from what I watched on TV today. I normally watch it, but this is the first time I really paid attention to it, like solely just gave my time to it. It was a very joyful event, man. It does. It reminds you of the Super Bowl because everybody was cheering, when it first started. And he gave a speech. He's from Chicago, I think. And that's a great thing. So once again, welcome, Pope Leo 14. Now, as I go from here, I have to, man, I'm going here. Tyre Nichols. It's a sad thing once again. I have to talk about this young gentleman more and more as we go. I have to talk about him because this young gentleman lost his life for all the wrong reasons, and that's so sad. But the other sad thing is what his family has to go through. It's a sad thing because nobody wants to lose their baby like that. I don't care your kinfolk or how you say your family member or your next of kin, however you say it. Nobody wants to lose a family member like this. People may not want to hear you. I'm talking about it because I feel so sad for his mom. They went through a devastating blow, and I'm gonna put this up right now. Uh, well, I'll wait a few minutes. I want people to come in. RT, and thank you for tuning in once again. It's just it doesn't get any better. And it's sad. This young gentleman, look at him and look at his smile, man, full of joy, and he wasn't a threat. Like I said, they looked at his record; he didn't have one, and these Cowboys got off yesterday. I'm not happy about it, so I'll continue to talk about this, and I'm glad that they were. His family got together. The city is behind them, and his mom and dad, his sisters, and it was a sad story. But what I want to do is go here. I'm gonna go here, and let me do this. Let me show you what was done yesterday, because this is a sad thing, and I really feel sad about this. Let me see where is it at? Here we go. This is a sad thing. This is really sad. Let me show so you can hear it because um it's really sad. Let me go here. Let me see. Here we go. Let me do this. I hope that you guys can hear it.
It was a devastating blow to our family. What we heard was not something that we wanted to hear. But was I shocked or surprised? No, I wasn't. Those defense attorneys were allowed to go in front of the judge and basically tell the judge that even though this happened in Shelby County, that the people of Shelby County was not smart enough, was not smart enough to look at the evidence and make an impartial decision. So they were allowed to go into another county where I feel that county, Hamilton County,
Yep.
100% white, didn't give a rat's butt about my son. They were allowed to come here and look at the evidence, but they didn't see the evidence. What they saw was a black man running from the police.
Say that.
What they saw was a black man running from the police.
Say that.
They didn't care that my son was afraid for his life. They didn't care that even though they're not from here, they didn't realize that people were going around dressing up as undercovers and carjacking people. They didn't know that because they weren't from here. So those people were allowed to come in here, look at the evidence, and deny the evidence, and give out a not guilty plea on each count. Yesterday, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think. We have gotten so much injustice from this city
Say that.
that is ridiculous.
Say that.
My son was murdered
That's right.
by 5 Memphis police
That's right.
officers.
Murder.
He was murdered,
Murder.
and 3 of them got off because those jurors decided not to look at the evidence, but only to look at the fact that my son was a black man running from the police.
Now, now you just heard it from his mom. That's his mother, Miss Wells. You just heard it from his mom. This is what they going through right now. Now, there is no way she should have to deal with this or any other parent. Like she said, they dismissed her son like he wasn't nothing. And once again, he didn't have no criminal history. He was working at FedEx, just trying to make it home. And then you took these 5 cowards that beat this man to his last day. He didn't deserve it. Nobody parent should have to go through that. Nobody parents. And yes, I keep talking about this subject because it pisses me off. We need more people. We worrying about rappers who's battling against each other, who got the latest dance. Come on, y'all. Let's get back to this. I know y'all might be drained of seeing stuff like this, but you rather listen to a whole bunch of music that all they talking about is selling drugs and beating women, and women talking about men ain't no good if they don't do this and do that. What about our people's lives? What about our people's lives? You know, this is sad. I don't want to keep saying this, but there's nothing I can do. I'm only one person. But this is so sad. This young gentleman, I feel sorry for Miss Wells. I feel sorry for anybody else who had to go through this, whether you're white, black, Chinese, whatever. If you had to go through this because your son was beaten or your daughter was killed by police, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. So yes, this story goes on. Yes, I talk about this over and over again. Yes, I am not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. So that's why I talk about it. If you like it or you don't want to hear it, then I don't know what to tell you. But this is more important than hip hop musical or heavy metal musical or all this dancing stuff that's going on. Don't get me wrong. I like my music too. But like I said, I'm the media. I'm going to speak on this because this is more important right now. This is stuff that he can't come back home. He can't play his favorite song. His best friend was up there. She was talking about him. His sisters that came out of town, they didn't even get to see their brother again. They won't see their brother again. And people can say, "Oh, this goes on so much. I'm tired of it." Yes. Well, why not share it? Why not speak on it? You know, that's real. Why not share it? Can you guys tell me that? Why you don't want to share it? Why you don't want to talk about it? Why don't you why don't you want to talk about it? Tell me why not. Tell me why not. And that's true. There's evidence that one of the officers was mad about a previous relationship. So this whole thing was over a female he was targeted. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yes, from what they're saying is in this that was out there, that was brought up, that Tyre Nichols knew one of the officer's girlfriends, and the officer was mad about that, the main one. So you gonna hurt this man? This man ain't care about you. This man wasn't doing that. That's so true. It's sad. And it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. Well, I hope that they got to go see the feds now. So I hope that the feds do what they supposed to do and not let these cowards get away with this crap. I really hope so. I hope the Nichols family, Miss Wells, can get their day in court the right way. Because when you're doing wrong, that's what it is. If you're wrong, man, they even go for me. If I'm wrong, I deserve my punishment. That's just how it is. Anybody that's doing wrong, man, we gotta grow up. We gotta stop doing this coward stuff. All these people being cowards. That's what they've been. They've been cowards. Yeah, that is terrible. If she didn't want him, she should have moved on. I totally agree, great. I totally agree. But I don't it wasn't that she was messing with the police officer. She had broken up with the police officer. The police officer was mad because he knew that Tyre knew her. I don't know if Tyre was still dealing with her or whatever, but she was not with the officer anymore. She had been left him alone. It's just he was one of them little cowards that was scared that couldn't take heed that she moved on. So that's the sad part. And he got off. He was the one. He was one of the guys. I don't even want to show their face anymore. I'm not. But if they walk, I'm gonna put it up, man. I'm gonna keep posting it. But right now, I don't want to show their face because I believe they shouldn't get no more credit than what they're getting now. It's sad, but we deal with this crap all the time, and we're gonna continue to keep dealing with it. It's not gonna get any better. It's just gonna be one thing after another, one thing, and then let me go to this story. Let me see if I got his name up here. Well, I'll talk about that tomorrow because I didn't even think to bring him up. I should have brought him up too because I found out some things. I will talk about that first thing tomorrow for sure. I'll bring that subject up because I talked about it before, but I will definitely bring that subject back up about the 17-year-old that was shot and killed by the police the other day. Also, they were saying there was a stolen car. Come to find out, the car was just a repo. One of the kids didn't pay his monthly bill, but they tried to say they stole the car. It was not like they was joyriding around in a stolen car. So they don't want to put that out there. And I can't wait till the full body cam of that officer is shown. They keep showing clips of what they want you to see. That's why that, and oh man, then come to find out, the father was in the car with somebody else. Once I get the full story on that, I don't want to say too much on that part. But once I get the full story on that, I will talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna do my homework tonight and I will have it for you. But that was another situation. See, they play these games. We all know about this band of blue or however they say it, that little group. They just a gang like anybody else. They just legal with it and they can get away with stuff that we can't get away with. They can hide stuff, and it's up to the chief of their department if they're gonna be down with it because they don't want to look bad on their watch. But they'll go sweep it under the rug too. And like I said, if it's something that happened to one of their family members, I bet you they wouldn't do that. It's sad. These people keep getting away, and I'm not gonna say all once again, it's not all the police because every police officer is not bad. But there's damn sure is a lot of them. We seeing it every day. We seeing it every day. I am so tired of it. We are seeing it every day. This is crazy. But no, they don't want to change it. They don't want to change the policy of the matter. Because if they change it and fix it, we wouldn't go through a lot of this stuff, We really wouldn't. We wouldn't be going through a lot of this stuff. And that's the crazy part. But you can't tell them nothing because they don't want to show it. You can't tell them nothing. They don't want to they don't want to be honest about when the officers are wrong. You might get one or two every blue moon that the chief of their department hold them accountable for. But other than that, they gonna run with it too, because they don't want their department to look bad. We gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. And I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I keep preaching about it. I'm so tired that I don't even know. I can't even spell a word right now. My brain is so tired of it. My brain is so tired. If they change it, they will be admitting that they were wrong. That's true. That's another thing. But see, what it is the chief can change it. It doesn't mean if their employees go out here and do something wrong, the chief should hold them accountable. So that way the chief is not wrong. And if the system, whoever writes these laws, can fix it, then if they fix it, we wouldn't have these problems. They keep letting these bad, crooked cops get off, and we go to another scene, somebody else is passing away. Somebody else is passing away. How much more can we keep doing that? It just doesn't make sense, man. It's a terrible thing. It's going to keep happening. We can't stop it. What is the correct way to work together? What is the correct way to work together? Can somebody tell me? Because I guess they don't understand it. Because I remember us growing up, we had officer friendly. They'll walk through the neighborhood and talk to the kids. And, sometimes they'll bring the motorcycle cops through there. They'll ride you around the block. They don't do that crap no more. Man, these police officers be having their own personal issues at home. And then they bring it to the streets and they hurt somebody. Then they go back home like ain't nothing wrong, but they got their own issues. They human. They just human put in a uniform with a badge and a gun. They're no different than the regular civilians. So they could be sensitive. They could be mean. They could be a bully. They just as normal as anybody else. Just because you have a uniform and a badge on don't mean you're special, because you're not doing too much out here to help the city. If you can't serve and protect, then what you doing? Why are you even in that uniform? See, I could talk about this subject all day long. You know, when I was younger, I used to do the crazy stuff too, man. I used to do, wanting to fight with the police and all that stuff, man, not understanding that I was wrong for doing it, but I didn't know no better. And I was 17, 18 at the time myself. There's been studies when police take an IQ test and they score higher, they won't what is that? Higher than them because they have the ability to think rational. Okay. Oh, they won't hire them. Okay, got you. I see what you're saying. They won't hire them because they have the ability to think rational. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. That's another situation. So if the IQ test, if they're not reaching it the way they're supposed to, they should not be allowed on the force. What happened to even being in shape? Man, I see so many officers that's out of shape. Man, they can't run 5 steps before they get about to pass out. What happened to that policy? Because I really believe if Tyre Nichols would have hurt one of them police officers, they'd have had all that on tape. They'd have showed that whole. They'd have showed. Well, they showed the Tyre. I'm thinking of the other case. See how many cases that's going on. If Tyre Nichols would have hurt at least one or two of those officers out of those 5, they'd have gave him murder. They'd have gave him murder right now. If he had put his hands on, he didn't hurt none. None of them came out with any scratches. And I won't even post a picture of him being in the hospital in the ICU room anymore. You can go on Google and look it up. That's not something you want to see. If you look at those officers, never one of them had any cuts, bruises, or anything on them. How is it they fend for their life? It's 5 of them. They got mace, they got their boots on, they got them in handcuffs, they done all types of stuff. So how do they get away with this? He didn't have bruises on his knuckles. Tyre Nichols did not have any bruises on his hand because he didn't punch him. He didn't kick any of them. He was just trying to move and get out of there. I would have did the same thing. I would have tried to run and they beat me like that. What you think I'm gonna do? I mean, I'm gonna defend myself. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not sitting there letting you just pounce on me. See, that's the crazy part. We got to do better, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get this together. We got to get together. I wish I could get some police officers that come on here and talk about this, and don't be scared because they got that badge or whatever you call that blue wall thing that they stick together. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a couple of police officers. I'm gonna reach out to some and see if I can get them on here, and we can hold a discussion on some of this stuff because I really, really would like to see how they feel and what's their real opinion if they'll be brave enough to come up here and speak the truth. Go research the studies of a professor named Stanley Milgram and his experiment. This why police are the way they are. I definitely will look at. Let me write that down. I'll definitely look that up. I'll do my homework tonight on that. Let me. Yeah, I'll look him up and see what he has, and I'll talk about that tomorrow. That's what I'll talk about that tomorrow because I'd like to know what's going on with that too. This is the case where they're gonna keep doing this any way they want to do us. They don't care. They don't care. They're going to keep treating us the way they want to. They're going to keep hurting us. We want to go home just like we left. When we went out to go to work or whatever we was doing, we want to go home. We want to come back home the same way, peaceful. We don't want to not come home and be in a body bag, man. So to all the people that understand where I'm coming from, to those that think that was right to do it, man, please speak up. I would love to hear your conversation on this. But I'm gonna definitely try to get a few police officers, one or two, if I can get them to speak on it. I don't know if they will, but I'm gonna reach out and ask and see if I can get somebody on here that can say what their real opinion is, and if they could feel that it might be right. If they do, I want to know why. But I want to know that honest truth, because I could. Oh man, that would be a great subject that have a discussion. I mean, that have with a police officer that can speak the truth, and they ain't got to believe in what I'm saying. I would like to know what they really think, because that's what it's about. It's a crazy thing. It's definitely a crazy thing. I think I just feel for Miss Wells. I feel for her, his Tyre Nichols' dad, his two sisters. I think he has a brother too. I'm not sure, but I know he has two sisters that was there at the rally that they did in Memphis today and yesterday. They held a rally. Man, they great. Like she said, Miss Wells has no more sympathy for the state of Memphis, because she stopped a lot of people from rioting. She had the city of Memphis, the people that live in that area, they was about to riot. She stopped them from rioting. And this is what y'all do to her? This is how y'all feel? Y'all disrespected Miss Wells? Man, it's sad. And that's just how it goes. It's so sad. It's trifling. It's despicable. It's everything that I can say it is. That's what it is. It's so crazy. But I need to do my homework on some more of this, because it's a long way to go still. I don't know when I'll find out when the actual day is they go to the feds. I'm gonna check that out, because I want to see what's going on with that. I'm gonna be tuned in. You better believe that. I'm gonna be, and I hope that they get what they deserve, really. I hope Miss Wells and her family could get the peace that they need. Because one thing about this, Tyre Nichols ain't coming back. Tyre Nichols ain't coming back. Okay, RT, you have a good one, brother. Tyre Nichols ain't coming back. He won't be able to come back to his mom. He won't be able to come back to his dad, to his sisters, or to his girlfriend, or I don't know if he had any kids, or just the loved ones. Just anybody that had any interaction with that gentleman. I don't even know if he gets to come back. But do they care? Do they really care? No, they don't care. Thank you. Yeah, they don't care, because if they did, the jury don't know nothing about Tyre, because they not even from their county. Like his mom said, she was there, so I can speak what she said. They just seen a black man being a criminal. That's all it was. They just seen a black man running from the police. That's all it was. They didn't see that this man was crying for his mother. They didn't see that this man didn't have no criminal history. They didn't see this man was a working man, was a family man, was loved by many. They didn't see that. All they seen was a man running from the police. What the hell do you think we supposed to do if you beating on us? What do you think we supposed to do if you beating on us? I don't know too many people gonna take that. Not the people I grew up with. Oh, it's going to be a mad situation. But I don't know too many cats that'll stand up and just let them beat on them like that. It'll be a repercussion more than what they asking for. And I'm not telling anybody to go out here and do nothing crazy with the police. I'm not advocating that. I'm not saying go out there because I don't want you to get hurt or locked up. I'm not saying go out here and do nothing to these people. All I'm saying is this stuff got to stop. It has to stop. And that's all it is. It has to stop one way or another. Now I was gonna take some calls. I'm not gonna take any calls tonight. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pray. I want you all to pray. Keep praying for anybody you know that's going through this. Pray for yourself. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for the people that's homeless. Pray for everybody because we all need it. The way this world is, we all need to pray for everybody. And don't just do it one time. Pray for everybody every day. We need that. Pray for people every day, please. Share the love. Really share the love. And that's all I'm asking y'all to do. Share the love. Be great about it, man. And you know what now? You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna try to see if somebody can come in. Because I want to see. I can't do it but long, but if I can give you a few minutes to talk, someone call 202-573-8632. That's 202-573-8632. Let's have a discussion. Because I should do that because I shouldn't. We're going to have a quick discussion. I would like to hear somebody else's opinion. You can call in 202-573-8632. Let's see how you feel. And let's talk about this. Because I would like to hear somebody else's opinion outside of mine. It's just devastating. It's crazy. And once again, too, go to the YouTube channel. Go to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast. Could you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell button so when I come on, you'll know that I'm on and you can join the discussion at any time. Feel free to do that for me, please. And I want to just say, man, it's a crazy world out here. It's a very crazy world. We're seeing it every day. But I'm really gonna try my hardest to get a police officer on here and see what their real opinion is on this. I'm hoping that can happen. I know a few officers. I don't know if they'll come on here, but I know a few. I'm just gonna reach out to them and ask them and see what their opinion is. Hold on, let me get this call real quick.
19th, December 23rd.
Hello, caller.
Hey, thank you for taking my call.
Okay.
The situation with Tyre Nichols is just a shame. The one person that had texted in had put in a component about one of the cops being upset because the girl he was dealing with, this young lady, and Tyre may have known her and been dealing with her. That is just inexcusable that he killed that man because of a failed relationship. If that's really what happened. They should not allow to be police officers anymore. But that's what the justice system does, is that they're going to let them off and they're going to go somewhere else and they're going to do the same thing.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like they just shuffle these bad cops from one jurisdiction to another.
I have to agree. That's what it seems like is going on every day.
Yeah, and I will say this as growing up being a Catholic, it was very exciting today to see that there is a new Pope.
Yes.
That the Pope is from the United States. So I'm hoping that he is progressive, that he follows in the footsteps of Francis, because Francis was moving the church forward, and he was really a person that really loved his congregation, and he really was looking forward to an era where people were treated fairly, and that he has started to tear down some of the walls between religion and the everyday person. And he was just such a awesome pope. And I'm hoping that Leo the 14th follows in his footsteps instead of trying to turn the clock backward.
Let's give Pope Leo 14 a round of applause and welcome him again. That I'm glad that I don't know much about him. Like I said, I'm going to start doing my homework on it, but we want to welcome him to being the first American Pope.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yes, that is very huge. Thank you, caller, for coming in. I appreciate your opinions. It was very facts like you do know what you're talking about. And we want to let's welcome Pope Leo one more time, 14, Pope Leo 14. Thank you, caller, for calling in.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
You have a good night.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, you guys, once again, if someone else want to call in, 202-573-8632. That's 202-573-8632. We're about to get out of here soon because I don't want to be on here too much longer. But if you have anything you want to talk about, please call in before I go. I'll be on here for another 5 minutes, and then I'm out of here for the night. And I really appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thank you so much. But we're going to keep this Tyre Nichols story going until we figure out what they're going to do with if the feds are going to do their part. We're going to keep talking about that. We're going to definitely move forward. This young gentleman should still be here. And I'm not God, but for someone who didn't do anything wrong in that point, he should still be here because I don't know when he would have left this earth. But at that point, I think he still would have had a little more time on this planet. So once again, rest in peace to Tyre Nichols and blessings to his family because I know it's got to be hard. But if somebody want to call in real quick, 202-573-8632. That way we can have a discussion on these topics. I really am. I feel for his mom. I feel for Tyre's mom. Miss Wells, she spoke so strong at the rally they had after the verdict. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Tyre Nichols' mom has spoke at the rally that they had in Memphis. Go check it out because it was very touching. His sister got to speak. The people in the city that knew him, I don't know if it was a lot, but his dad got to speak. Go listen to what they said. Listen to the whole video. They loved that young gentleman, and he was loved. He loved them. You could tell it's a loss to their family, to all his friends. It's another loss. So if you guys can check it out, call in. I'm about to get off here, but call in 202-573-8632. And if you want to, go to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast. Show some support. Go to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share this podcast so we can get this thing rolling. We're trying to move on up like the Jefferson, move on up to the good times. Yeah, please. I forgot how the song go, but let's show some love for Screen Time Chronicles Podcast, please. And I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. If you can, once again, go to YouTube, go to Screen Time Chronicles Podcast, like, share, and subscribe, or send a comment in. We appreciate you each and every day. We thank you for the ones that tune in. I'm your guy, Screen Time Amon. I'm always going to be here. So get ready. It's only going to get bigger and better, you know. That's how we do it. There's no shame in our game because we speaking the truth. Good night, everyone.